Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another reaction video. My name is Roderick, and today we're going to be reacting to insane U.S. medical bill cost. The channel we're watching today is Dr. A, and the title of the video is Indian and British Doctors React to U.S. Medical Bills featuring Kiran Mojaria. I'm again, if you're new here, I'm terrible with names. That's just that's something I got to deal with. Anyways, apparently in this video, I've been recommended it to me many times by my good friend Aaron over on the Discord. Apparently in this video, they go over the cost differences between some common medical bills between the U.S., the U.K., and India. And apparently, it's pretty eye opening. It's pretty shocking. So, as a resident of the US, I figured I could probably give a little bit of insight on a few things, maybe even like predict some of the costs of some of the things coming up. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
$9,000.
For
Hey.
what? For what? Dr. A. Upbeat music is playing. I don't know if this is copyright or not. I'm assuming it's not, but
Hello
I
to the
figured.
person watching YouTube if you're new here.
Hello to the person watching YouTube. Every person watching YouTube.
Hi, my name is Ajay. I'm a doctor from India. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. I love you to the stars and back. So healthcare in India, where I'm from, is of two types. It's either given by the government, which is cheap and very affordable, or it's in the private sector, which is not very affordable. But
It is. Do they have free healthcare in the U? Well, I guess they don't because he just said it's cheap, right? I was gonna say, do they have free healthcare in India? I know they have free healthcare or like paid healthcare in the UK, right? Maybe. I just know it's expensive where I live in the US.
if there's one country in the world that's very notorious for being very unaffordable when it comes to healthcare, like if you don't have insurance, you're basically
I don't have health insurance. So yeah, I am also basically fucked.
is the United States of America.
Yes, it is.
So today we'll be playing an interesting game of guessing American medical bills. Now these are real medical bills from real American hospitals. These were
Okay.
made for us by someone, and I'll be doing that with my good friend Dr. Kiran Mojaria, who's a GP
Kiran Mojeraya. Oh my god, how do you say his name?
by someone, and I'll be doing that with my good friend Dr. Kiran Mojaria, who's a
Kiran Mojeria. I think I said that right.
GP trainee here in the UK, who went to medical school in the UK, who has been working in the NHS for over 3 years now. He also has an amazing channel on YouTube, so make sure you guys check it out after watching this video. So basically,
Just a heads up, the link to this video will be in the description down below, so make sure to go check it out.
the rules of the games are this. So I think there are around 4 to 5 bills, real American bills. And both me and Kiran, we're gonna take a look at it and we're gonna try to guess based on what we think it would cost. I think mine is going to be a bit different because I have worked in private sector in India, so it's still a bit expensive. At least by Indian standards, it's expensive. Kiran has only worked in the NHS. Basically, in NHS, most of the things are free. So I think
Yeah,
it's
the National Health Service for the UK. Yep.
going to be interesting to see how much we both guess these prices as. I know it's going to be bad, but how bad are these bills? Let's see. So bill number one is cesarean section.
All right. So a C-section and the cost to hold a baby. Okay, so let's take a gander at this. 2016. So this is a little bit an outdated service here. So a C-section and the cost to hold a baby. I in the US, okay, so I'm trying to think here. What would the cost of this be? It's got to be several thousands of dollars. Unfortunately, the cost for the C-section alone is several thousands of dollars, right? 9,000 on the low end, maybe 2016. Nowadays, maybe even higher, 20,000, 30,000 is my guess. Without insurance, right? So
and the cost to hold the baby. In India, in a very good hospital, it would be around 4 lakh rupees if you want like the best hospital with or like VIP suite and all that. I'm thinking it's going to be around $4,000, but I think it's going to be more than that.
I think, it's a surgery, there's an anaesthetist, there's going to be a surgeon, there's the operating theatre. I think
he hasn't talked yet. Hello. Did he? Yeah, he didn't talk at the very beginning. Hello. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name again, but hello.
it's going to be expensive. Let's go for $800.
It's 3,000.
$800. $3,000. What?
$3,000, which is not too bad if you ask me. Like, we have Indian hospitals which charge more than this.
I would have guessed a lot more. Where was the bill located? Maybe we should have looked at that. Does it say? It doesn't. Of course it doesn't say. Okay, so I guess it also varies depending on the state and the city location. 2016, and I guess maybe in a slightly more rural area, $3,000 maybe, sure. That's wild how I mean, I was gonna say how cheap that is. I mean, the 30 or $3,000 is still insanely expensive. But yeah,
So I'm not very surprised by this. This is actually pretty decent if you ask me.
Three $3,100 to have a C-section. And bear in mind that some C-sections aren't even planned. So this may have been an emergency C-section. So
Yeah.
imagine going for a normal delivery and then it being converted to a C-section and then being whacked with a bill of $3,000.
by the way, I have no qualifications on estimating the price of anything. I have not gone to medical school. I should have said that. I should have led with that. I am just simply a citizen of the U.S. So
So then skin to skin after C-section. So basically what skin to skin means
holding the baby, that it's ridiculous that this is there was even a cost to this. But I'm gonna say like a couple hundred probably.
is that when the baby is delivered, we put the baby on the mother's belly.
Probably not. It's probably
there could be some
I don't know, free. I don't know what the cost of this would be. It can't be too much though.
one, bonding, and second, heat exchange between the mother and to the baby to keep the baby warm, basically. So there's a lot of evidence.
Well, they also do this so the nurses and stuff can help with the delivery of the placenta, right? And then cleaning up anything and like doing other such things. Oh well, I guess if it's a C-section, they got a lot more to do. But yeah, okay.
Saying that this is a very ideal thing to do, but apparently they charge them for that. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know how much they charge. I'm guessing around $10, $20 because you shouldn't be charging for this.
Yeah, it's got to be
First
low.
of all, I'm surprised that they're charging for this, but I'm going to
It's the U.S. You're gonna get charged for everything.
guess it's going to be very cheap. Let's say $40, $50.
$39.35.
$40.
I don't know why they're even charging for that. Okay,
$40 for the right to hold your child after birth. Wow.
not very expensive.
$40, okay. Well, I think it's pretty astonishing that they've charged for that anyway, but at least $40 is kind of reasonable. Here, hold your baby, and that'll be $40, please.
Next,
Now, the reason why costs are so high is so these hospitals can basically nickel and dime the health insurance providers, right? So they artificially inflate the prices of these procedures so they can get more money from the health insurance. It's just unfortunate that people like me who don't have health insurance have to pay for those artificially inflated prices, right?
next one. Inpatient lactation consultation level 1, because this is
Consultation for lactation. So this is for like helping with feeding the child for the first time or producing breast milk of some sort. Gosh, it's consultation, so it's probably going to be expensive, a few $100s at least.
going to be like advanced nurse practitioner or like a doctor giving the consultation on how to breastfeed the baby. I think this is going to be around $100.
For a consultation like this, which is probably just some advice, let's assume they've paid $100.
$61. This is
okay.
actually quite affordable by American standards, if you ask
Yeah.
me. I'm being very honest about it, because I think even Indian hospitals, a lot of them charge this much. So I'm not very surprised.
Let's compare this to the costs in the UK. So the C-section would have been free, the skin-to-skin would have been free, and the lactation consult would have been free as well. Next up, this patient presented with...
But you're paying a lot higher tax rate, right? That's one thing that you got to note. You are paying more. You are getting less of your earned income. What is this? Bill 2, seen an ED with stomach pain. Okay, ED, like ER? Okay, yeah. So emergency room, emergency department. Okay, so emergency departments are really expensive. Let's see what we have: an ultrasound, a pathology lab service, CAT. Oh my God, CAT scan. Oh, this is going to be expensive. I mean, the emergency room bill already is going to be a couple hundred. Ultrasounds probably a couple hundred to 1,000. CAT scans are insanely expensive. Thousands.
with stomach pain to the ED was given morphine, a PPI, a CT scan, and released 6
Morphine
hours
as
later.
well?
So the cost for the emergency department visit, let's guess, a couple $100.
Yeah.
3,000.
What? What? No, $3,300. When was the date? That's got to be in a big city. That's got to be in a big city. I was thinking closer to like $600-700 for an emergency room visit. 3,000.
$3,000.
Whoa.
That's got to be in a bigger city. That has to be in a bigger city. That 100% has to be. But even still, yeah. I mean, if we're talking like New York, L.A., San Francisco, somewhere, like in Austin, Texas, or something, yeah, that's probably going to be about 3,000. A couple. I mean, sure, it was $3,000. So.
$3,000 for just going into the emergency department. Pharmacy fees are $92. That's okay.
That's for the shot of morphine.
Affordable. So ultrasound scan in India it would be around 1,500 rupees. So that's what, like $25.
The ultrasound scan, bear in mind that's just a jelly scan. The actual cost of that is just the cost of the person doing the scan. So let's go for $100. $1,000.
Oh my God, that's so much more than I even thought. I was thinking a couple hundred for that as well. This one has got to be out of a big city. Oh my God.
To have an ultrasound scan.
So just we're up to $4,200 right now. We haven't even got to the CAT scan yet.
Cost $1,000.
Or the 6 hours of being in the oh, you know what, maybe the department, the reason it was $3,000 because he spent 6 hours in a room somewhere. That's probably what it is. I totally left him in an unfortunate pause there. That's probably what it was, why that was $3,000, because he had a room for 6 hours.
$1,000. That's insane. We give them out like sweets here.
So let's see how much it is. It's gonna be expensive. $1,000 for an ultrasound. Are they crazy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like $1,000, like that's 70,000 rupees. Like you could literally get like some 30-40 ultrasounds in India for that cost. This is very expensive. Maybe this is because it involves a radiologist. But even then, they shouldn't be charging so much. $1,000 for a ultrasound is crazy.
For
It
the
is
CT
crazy.
scan, the CT scan surely has to be more expensive than the
Way
ultrasound
more
scan,
expensive.
which was
Seeing these other prices, we're probably talking in the range of like 15,000 maybe.
$1,000. So I'm gonna say $1,500. I just had to read it twice. 6,800.
Okay, so I overestimated, but yeah, thousands. $6,800 for CAT scans are stupidly expensive.
$100 for a CT scan.
$6,867.
Yep.
$6,000 for a CAT scan.
Yep.
I think in India it would cost like a maximum of $200, even at a very good facility with very good CT machines. And I think in the UK, here in the UK, it's free because it's done only if you need to do it and the trust pays for it. Basically, the government, the NHS pays for it. So here is $6,800. Right.
I just can't get my head around the fact that this CT scan was $6,800. I ordered like 5 of them today. for free.
Radiology is $445. Maybe a doctor consult, but $445 for a consult is quite a lot. But I think radiology also includes an X-ray, chest X-ray, abdominal X-rays, and other X-rays, because this guy was in a trauma. So if that was the case, 445 is still not justified, but it's okay. But if it's just the doctor's opinion, 445 is crazy money.
The total for this visit to A&E was $12,500.
Insane.
Imagine having stomach pain, going to ED, having these scans, getting some morphine, getting a PPI, and being discharged with them saying actually it's just gastritis, which doesn't need anything further doing, and then getting a bill for $12,500.
And this is exactly why I don't go to the hospital for anything, really. Unfortunate, but true.
If you don't have insurance and you have a bill like this, that's going to take away like a quarter of your year's salary for just this one day, like some 6-hour visit to the emergency department.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
pretty
crazy.
pricey.
Bill number 3, this patient
All right, so what is this? Rock climbing accident, 1 week inpatient. Oh my God, 1 week inpatient. Oh my God, he stayed a week in a hospital with 2 operations. Oh my God. You might as well just give up, man. You might as well just give up at that point, right? So, God, a week at a hospital. God, that's gotta be so expensive. It's 2016 again, by the way. So we got to think of 2016 terms. I don't even know. I don't even know at this point. Tens of thousands of dollars easily. I mean, we're probably looking at like a $50,000-$60,000 medical bill, right? Easily. Fall waltz rock climbing, special care unit ICU, pharmacy supplies, so he had diagnostic imaging, surgeries, recoveries. He had 2 operations as well, anesthesia. It's got to be so expensive.
fell while rock climbing and broke his neck.
Speech and therapy. Oh, he broke his neck. Wait.
Patient fell while rock climbing and broke his neck, back, and ankle. Had 2
Neck, back, and ankle. Okay, it's even more. It's even more.
operations and a week in a hospital.
Oh
This
my
guy,
God.
I hope he has insurance. So this
Oh
is from
my
2016, so
God.
fairly recent. Laboratory services, 18,000. Quite a lot, but let's see.
Oh my
Diagnostic
God.
therapeutic imaging. This guy has had a lot of fractures, so I think there'll be a lot of X-rays and a lot of CT scans or
Yeah.
CAT scans, like the Americans call it, involved, and a lot of ultrasounds involved. So if the labs took 18,000, I'm just taking a wild guess that imaging would have taken like some $25,000 at least.
More.
But let's see.
The imaging. So I don't know how much imaging this patient had. We know a CT scan is costing $6,000.
It's gonna be so
I'm
much
gonna go
more.
$10,000.
It's gonna be like it's gonna be like 40.
It's actually funny how expensive this is.
95,000.
Oh my God. Just give up on life. I'd have to. We're already well over $100,000 right now. We're at like $117,000.
So just for imaging, they've charged him $95,000. That's like more than a resident's salary.
We're not even at like the operational costs. This is gonna be like a $300,000 hospital bill.
US. Oh god, but just 1 week.
$95,000 for imaging. Did they give this man the MRI machine? I would be disappointed if I went to hospital, paid $95,000 and didn't get the MRI machine to come home with.
This is crazy. Next, pharmacy. Basically all the drugs, all the medicines that they would have used. I'm guessing, because he was in the hospital, he would have had multiple surgeries. So I'm guessing around $10,000, but it's the US, so it's $33,000.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is just giving me Oh my God, this is just making me feel like if something happens to me, I'm done for the rest of my life. That's it. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, it's just a little $33,000 worth of medication for his 1 week's worth of inpatient stay.
So ICU it was charged 30,000, which is okay because ICU there's so much happening. You need to pay so many nurses, so many doctors, and there's so
Insane.
many equipments, everything you have to
Actually insane.
pay for it. So 30,000, even though it's more by American standards, I think that's okay. But then EKG services, so
Electrocardiogram. You can get an Apple Watch. Get an Apple Watch for $300, and it'll do it for you. But it's going to be a several $1,000s watch.
ECG. I don't know why they call it EKG, electrocardiogram with a K. But basically, EKG services is basically taking ECGs, and because it was in the ICU, I think a lot of ECGs would have been done. In India, it'd be like some 300 rupees for an ECG, so it's what, like $5 or whatever. But in US healthcare, everything is expensive. So
They literally, I don't even know what the cost is going to be, but it probably is going to be so much cheaper just to buy the man an Apple Watch. So here, buy this Apple Watch from Apple, put it on, don't take it off, and you just we'll just monitor the EKG on from that.
see how much they billed him for EKG. $9,000. Like, how many ECGs did they take? Like, how can someone take ECGs worth $9,000? And like,
Wild.
literally, he was probably on like ECG like throughout his whole stay or something. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. This is weird.
EKGs in the UK we call ECGs, and actually the cost of these shouldn't be much because you just stick some stickers on and then do an ECG. So I'm gonna guess that this was $1,000. $1,000 would be a lot for this. It's just a cheeky $9,000. That's ridiculous.
And then the emergency room, because he came into the emergency room, I think they would have charged him for the emergency room services, the doctors, the nurses, and all that. So I think based on the previous bill, I would guess around $3,000, $5,000. Let's see. Emergency room, what? 30,000? Dude, what are they gonna do for $30,000? It's like half of a resident's yearly salary in the US. What are they gonna do?
Yep. And that's just for the emergency room. That's probably just for him arriving to the hospital after the fall.
Do with $30,000? Again, this is daylight robbery if you ask me. It's no other way to describe this.
The emergency
It
room
makes my head hurt.
was just another $30,000.
Makes my head hurt.
Imagine going to A&E and paying $30,000. I actually can't even get my head around how much that is. I really hope this patient had insurance. The surgery costs,
So
if the
much.
scans are that much, the surgery has to
Oh
be
my
way
God.
more. So I'm going to go $50,000.
It's going to be
Again,
more.
this guy was in surgery, 2 surgeries. So that would have been a lot
It's
of
going to be
money,
so
and
much more.
Following the theme, I'm gonna guess $100,000 for the surgery. $47,000.
Oh,
Not
okay.
too bad
All
comparing
right.
it to,
Well, you know what? That's pretty cheap. That's pretty cheap.
like how much like imaging and all took.
I don't even know. I've lost track of how much of our total that we're at.
It's weird, right? Like imaging is $95,000 and surgery, which involves so many doctors, specially trained doctors, so many nurses, anesthetists, everything is $47,000. So I think they're ripping people off in the imaging and diagnostic services, and they're cutting costs in surgery.
So all in for that operation was $50,000 for the surgery and also $16,000 for the anaesthetist, $4,000 for the recovery. So that operation itself cost $70,000.
So the total charges for this guy who broke his neck while rock climbing, I should have been more careful, but it is
$367,000. I can't even fathom that. I can't even fathom that. Oh my God. That is insane.
$1,435.80, and that's much more than most junior doctors' net worth, even a lot of mid-range doctors' net worth in India and even in the UK.
I don't even know how many years that'd take me to even earn that, to be honest with you.
Doctors make a lot more in the US, but even then, this is a ridiculous sum of money for one accident. $367,000 is like someone can literally retire with that kind of money, right?
Can you imagine going to hospital, staying for a week, and being hit with a bill of $367,000? That's going to take decades to pay off if you don't have insurance. In the UK, that would have been free at the point of contact. And finally, we've got we've got another bill which has been blacked out but cost $2.5 million.
What? Patient responsibility, $2.5 million. I don't even know what this would be.
For a hospital stay. Thank we live in the UK.
So there's this other one bill that just says patient responsibility.
That has to be an error. It has to be an error.
Patient owes to the hospital is $2,422,772.45. $2.5 million as a hospital bill. I think this would have given the patient another heart attack and he would have passed away after seeing the bill. I hope he hasn't, but I think he has. And this was made by one of Kiran's friends, and it says, "Thank I live in the UK." Yes, thank
Oh no,
I'm not in the US.
No explanation on that bill. I think that one was made in an error.
When it comes to medical bills. So hope you guys liked it. Make sure you check out Kiran's channel here, and if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel here, and I'll see you in the next one. Till I see you again, take care, stay happy, bye bye.
All right, so the link to this video, of course, is going to be in the description. Slightly different from what I normally watch, right? On this channel, I typically watch geography and history related things, but I figured, you know, this was a good little video to watch to get a little bit of an insight on how insane the cost of living is. The beginning of the cost of living in the US, right? Like, just wild. Absolutely wild. It's the costs, they surprised me. Some were cheaper than I thought. Others were way more expensive. I thought this third bill. Oh wow, chapters popped up. I thought this third bill would have been around 150,000, but it ended up being what, 360,000 or something like that. Where is it at? $367,000. Insane. Absolutely insane. And of course, here I am, you know, sitting without, you know, any health insurance. So you know, now I'm just completely paranoid about anything that might happen to me. And I like, what if I have to go to the emergency room? I'm done. It's done. My life is done at that point, right? Oh my God. All right. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go have a try to do something for this migraine that I'm slowly building now. So while I'm taking care of that, remember to like, subscribe, comment, leave a you know, a reference, or not a reference. What I'm trying to say here is leave something down below for a video that you'd like me to react to. I mean, ideally, I'd like it to be, you know, history, geography, or cultural related. Doesn't matter the country. But if something, you know, catches my eye, much like this video did, I'll probably go ahead and react to it as well. Because hey, why not, right? That's what I'm here for. I'm just gonna, I guess my channel's becoming a reaction channel at this point in time, right? I'm still gonna upload my geoguessing stuff because that's what I find fun. But I think it's also fun to do videos like this every once in a while to get a little perspective on other things. Perspective on a lot of things opens the mind's eye, right? Crazy. Crazy. Anyways, take care, everybody, yeah? Goodbye.